we're going to do a Warden swap. Here shown is a TCM/Looney Tunes. Either one has the same yellow board. First things first, I like to take my center power plug out of the board. With the center power unplugged, we can then go ahead and do the blue coil bank on the outside, and then the green, and then the red. As you can see here, we are now peeling these wires back, exposing the other switch harnesses, and making it easier to get at. We can then grab our 50 volt. Notice that I am pushing lightly on the board each time I pull a plug. This is to make sure we are not overstressing the board by bending it. We're then going to pull off my servo cable extension, expansion port B labeled, and expansion port A labeled accordingly. A goes to the cabinet switch expander. Next we can go ahead and grab our LEDs. This is our whole chain. As you see, it runs up to the first board on the playfield here. Next, we're going to unplug our apron lights, grab either side of the plug, and pull it right out. Lastly, we're going to grab our playfield GI chain here and unplug that. Next, we're going to go down. As you see, we got a little zip tie over the top here. That's okay. We can pull that either way to the side, but we just need to be able to get to each side of the switch plug. You're just going to wiggle them back and forth. And we're going to unplug the switch plugs. I start at the bottom and work my way to the top. No, everything is labeled for us to be able to install the new one properly. The board is now free. That is it. Everything's unplugged. We're good to go. We're going to grab ourselves a little needle nose pliers. With that needle nose, we're going to pinch the retaining clip on the standoff, and we should then be free. Now I'm just going to reverse everything. So to plug it all back in, we're going to first put our board back here. On Looney Tunes and TCM, I like to plug the USB in first because it's just a little tight there with the wire tree. USB up, USB plugs in, and then we can push it on to all the retaining tabs. So I'm going to take 2 thumbs to each tab here, or fingers, put it on each tab, push it on. You should hear a little snap. That retaining clip piece is going to pop back out. So first we're going to find switch 8 because switch 8 is at the top. It's easier to bury the switches than trying to go underneath them. Without aligning the pins, we could have an issue with the switch chain not working properly. All switches are plugged in now. We're going to go over and we can plug in our LED. We can plug our GI in. Once again, there's a 3-pin off to the side of the larger apron GI plug. The 3-pin is for the playfield GI. And we got our apron lights. They go onto the larger 10-pin. We got expansion B, which is our servo board. Now we got our expansion A, that is our cabinet switches. Onto the coils, color match each position. The last thing we need to do is plug in our power to the Warden. We're going to put our 50 volt in the bottom right. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our 5 and 12 volt right in the center. You should now have a replugged in TCM or Looney Tunes board. Time to get the machine fired back up and get back to playing.